Hello my loves, I am Maisha and welcome back to my channel. I am a tarot reader and occultist, and today we are going to be looking at your next partner's biggest secret. I've already done one version of this video about your future spouse's biggest secret. I will link that down below for you to go and check out once you're done here. So disclaimer, this is a collective reading. The messages found here cannot and will not be for everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and don't force anything if it doesn't fit. Alright, I will now give you some time to choose your group or your groups. Hello my group 1 and welcome to your reading about your next partner's biggest secret. So today we will be using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and for our oracles we will be using the spell casting oracle. What's at the bottom? Passion. Okay, interesting. So let's see. And already a song just came to mind. I'll risk everything if it's for you. I whisper into the night. It's a 1 o'clock song. I'll risk everything if it's for you. I whisper into the night. Is it the beginning? I think it's the beginning by 1 o'clock. So let's see. What's my group 1's next partner's biggest secret? Please, Spirit. What's my group 1's next partner's biggest secret? The Hierophant reversed. Interesting, very interesting. A secret about their education, that they may not be as educated as they present themselves as being. What's my group 1's next partner's biggest secret? What's my group 1's next partner's biggest secret? The Tower. The Tower. Okay. What's my group 1's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit? The 4th one's reversed. The 4th one's, yeah, the 4th one's reversed. Very interesting. I keep thinking of like school, education. When I saw the 4th one's reversed, I immediately thought graduation, like they never attended a graduation, they never attended their graduation. I think this definitely has something to do with their education, and more specifically their lack of education. What's my group 1's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit? Oh, 2 came out, both in reverse. The Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. How interesting. And then we'll pull one more, and then we'll look at that and then pull your oracle cards. Yeah, I haven't recorded in a while, like for YouTube, so I'm just getting back into the groove of things. Let's see. My group 1's, oh, what fell out for you? Okay, 2 fell out, but I won't take them. Actually 3 fell out, so that's on me. My group 1's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. The High Priestess reversed. Yes, definitely. Okay, so we are seeing this, a clear picture being painted. How's that? Let me shift over. So we are seeing this picture being painted of your next partner keeping a secret about their education. I definitely think it has something to do with their education. They may have never attended university, they may have never graduated from university, they never completed their degree, and they are putting on the show that they have. It may be because you are fairly more privileged than them, or not even more privileged than them. You may be more intelligent than them, more intellectual than them, maybe more, for some, yes, more privileged than them. You just may have something that they don't have that makes them feel like they are lacking, and makes them feel as if they have to pretend to be something they are not. They have to pretend to be smarter than they actually are. They have to pretend to have the degree that they don't have. They have to pretend to have completed studies that they never completed. They feel like they have to pretend in order to get you to like them, to respect them, to see them as an equal. They may be very used to being seen as not an equal because of their lack of education, because of their lack of a degree, because of their lack of resources. I'm thinking now suddenly of from Suits, not Harvey, Mike, who is very intelligent and very good at what he does, and very well versed in the world of law. Obviously, he has not the means, he has the ability to be a lawyer, a great lawyer. He just doesn't have the means. He doesn't have the paper. He doesn't have the degree. And that's the kind of person that your next partner is. They're very intelligent, very well read. They can hold their own in any room. You put them in a room full of CEOs, and out of everyone, you would never assume that they're the quote unquote fraud. Your person, this person coming towards you, this next partner, is, you would assume that they're Ivy League educated, and they're not. For some, they haven't even like finished high school. That's just the kind of person that they are. That's the kind of person they've trained themselves to be. But it's a sad truth that that's not enough. You can't just, how do I say this? I guess you can pretend to be someone that you're not, and they are doing very well at pretending to be someone that they're not. But it's not so much pretending to be someone that they're not, but pretending to be someone they wish they could be. They lie about the degree because they wish they could have gotten the degree. They lie about the specific university because they wish they could have gone to that university or that college. So maybe they do have a degree, but it's from like a community college, but they tell everyone that they went to Harvard, or they went to Stanford, or they went to Oxford, or I'm trying to think of other like really good universities. In South Africa, I'm thinking cream of the crop would probably be like UWC or Stellenbosch, or I don't know if UCT is considered cream of, yeah, it is. UCT is pretty cream of the crop. Or some private college. That's what they say. Like maybe they went to a community college, but they tell everyone, yeah, I'm in Stanford. And you don't remember, maybe I was in that professor's class with you. Yeah. You know, like they are very good at pretending, and it's because that's the life that they wish they could have lived. They wanted to go to Harvard, and they had Harvard grades, but they never had Harvard money, or they never had Harvard opportunity. They wanted to be a lawyer, but they never had the resources to actually study law. And so now they have built this life around themselves that is so, that is all around this lie, all about a lie, that is based upon a lie about the university that they went to. And simply because they went to this university, that's gotten them this job that they have. And simply because they went to this university, or they have this degree, is gotten them this partner, which is you. And they feel like they have to keep this lie up. They have to keep this lie. They have to keep this lie. They have to keep this lie going, because so much of their life is built around this lie. It's honestly, it's really sad. It is really, really, really sad. But if your person just feels very insecure about their background, they feel very insecure about where they come from, they feel very insecure about their lack of an education, they feel very insecure about the lack of resources, they feel very insecure about the college or the university they went to versus the college or university they wish they could have gone to. they feel very insecure about this, and they are letting this insecurity rule their life, letting this insecurity rule their relationships. And it's sad. It's honestly very, very, very sad. But I also understand where they're coming from. I greatly understand where your next partner is coming from with keeping this a secret. It may have also been for some of them where they were right by the finish line, and then something drastic happened, like they had to drop out because of looking after their family, or because of some scandal. Maybe they were caught in a plagiarism scandal. Maybe they were caught doing assignments for other people, which I guess would be plagiarism, right? And then the song comes back to mind. I'd risk everything if it's for you. I'm pretty sure I know it's 1 o'clock, but I can't remember what the song is called. I think it's the beginning, but I'm really not sure. But they may have moved across the country for someone, and or dropped out because somebody told them, hey, I have a really great idea and you can help me and we're gonna make millions, blah 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 blah. And so someone's like, sure, I don't need my degree then. And then this thing like just didn't work out, and now your person doesn't know how to go about getting back into university, going back into college, getting back into their studies. And it's just really sad because it feels like with your next partner, just like a lot of things were stacked against them. Like thing after thing after thing after thing was stacked against them. And it just feels as if, how do I say this? It feels as if like nothing really worked out for them. No matter how much, how do I say this? Like I was saying, it seems like things are stacked against them. The odds were stacked against them, and your next partner just fought and fought and fought and fought, and they did their best. But you can only do so much against systemic oppression. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're born in poverty and you come from poverty, one thing can so easily just derail your whole life. One bad decision can derail your whole life. Or when you come from maybe a very strict household, a very strict cultural household where you're supposed to fulfill certain responsibilities and perform certain tasks, and you're told that that is the thing that you have to do. You have to make your family the most important thing in your life, and so it's kind of expected of you to put aside your own academic pursuits for your family. I'm thinking of this movie, not Santosh, it's a movie I watched during the Durban International Film Festival. What is it called? What was it called? I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put it down in the description. But it's an Indian film about this young girl who's in university, her final year of university, while also while her family is trying to arrange her marriage. And there's this one thing, it's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking, where she has this exam that she has spent this whole movie preparing for, studying for, wanting to finish, to pass. Obviously she has this desire to achieve things academically, to become something academically, to have this great career and to do well academically. And because she comes from this Indian household, this traditional Indian household, her family think it's more important for her as a girl to get married. Already they're like, she's getting so old, there's so many people coming to not propose, but to come look at her and see if she's a right fit, and nothing is working out because she's short, because she's dark skinned, because she's a farmer's daughter. And that's a caste thing in India. It's like a big thing. And so she has this test on one day on this, and she's been, like I said, she's been studying for it the whole movie, preparing for it the whole movie. And on that same day, this family says they want to bring their son to come and see her, to see if she's a prospective for a marriage. You know what I'm saying? And her family is like, you'll never get this opportunity again. What if this is the one? What if this is the person who's going to marry you? And so they make her skip her exam in order to come and meet this boy and his family. and she ends up not being able to write the exam, obviously, and she has to write it the next year. And to her, it's like this year has been wasted. And that may be a similar situation where your next partner finds themselves in, where they have this obligation to their family, and they're told that it's family above all else. It's family, 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 family. What your family says, what your family does goes. You can always do, you can always put, you have to put yourself last, you have to put your family first. And so it came between completing their studies and helping their family out with something, and they had to choose their family, or it came between going to the good university that they dreamed of going, this Ivy League university, or staying close to home because their family would not let them go so far from home, and they had to choose their family. And it's very sad and it's very depressing, and I understand 100% why your next partner would tell this lie or keep the secret. Like, it's sad, yes, and it's not good to lie to the person you're dating, or to lie to the people around you, but I understand. And maybe in their mind they're rationalizing, because maybe it is a thing where they're like, I'm going to complete my studies anyway, so what's the harm in saying that I've already completed? Do you know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to get a degree from that university anyway, so what's the harm in saying that I already have it? Let's pull your oracles. I can't remember what that movie is called. Like, for the life of me. It was very good. I think it was also, it makes sense why I'd forget. It was actually the first movie I watched at the festival. And I remember it was a Friday. I don't remember what it was called though. Let's pull your oracles. And now I have this Whitney Houston song in my head, For the Love of You. And again, it's that sacrifice. I'm living for the love of you, where your person has been doing things for other people for so long, and this is the only way they can cope, really, by putting on this pretense in a way. Let's see. My group ones. Next partner's biggest secret. Financial health. Can you see that? Financial health. Lying about how much money they have, how much money they make, how well off they are. Saying that they come from this really successful family, good family, when they don't, when their family is lower class, maybe middle class, but definitely lower class, poor. My group one's next partner's biggest secret. Lighten your load. Keeping the secret, telling you that, you know, they can provide, they have all of these assets, investments, when they don't. My group one's next partner's biggest secret. Talent. Do you know who I'm thinking of? Is it Rockefeller? Was it Rockefeller who well, I guess it's just a con man thing, but there's a movie that I'm thinking of specifically that starred Will from Will and Grace. I don't remember the actor's name, but starred him as this man who would just take on like different identities, and like, but it's just a con man thing, right? And so they may have this talent for being a con man. Your next partner may have this talent for being a con man, but, or it's the secret that they keep is that they're very talented in something that's very different from what they're doing. Maybe they're a very talented dancer, and they just don't show that to anyone because that ruins the facade in a way. Or maybe they're very talented at cards, and that also ruins the facade because they think, oh, maybe that seems too lower class. Somebody who is Harvard educated won't do that, and they wouldn't really know because they didn't actually go to Harvard. But it definitely feels that they lie about. It's a secret, right, that they're keeping. But it's not just a secret, because I think there's such a big difference between keeping a secret and telling a lie. And your next partner definitely seems like someone who is telling lies about their wealth, telling lies about their ability to provide, telling lies about their talents and the things that they are able to do. They tell lies. They really do. They just tell lies. Oh my god, my group one. But yeah, my group one, I will close your reading here. I feel like, okay, wait. Because I was like, I feel like I just ended it so abruptly. Like, oh, they tell lies. It's like, I don't think they lie about what really matters. It's this lie about their wealth, this lie about their background, this lie about, you know what I'm thinking about? This other movie, The Perfection. I didn't really enjoy it, but I'm thinking about the storyline in there where this girl, same life, she had to leave this prestigious academy in order to go and look after her mother, and she was very talented, and she had to put aside her career in order to look after her mother, and only when her mother passed was she able to pursue her passion again. And I know it's very all over the place, this reading, right? But it's just that kind of energy, like your next partner, they're trying to keep so many threads, so many stories connected that they're losing themselves. They're so ashamed of their background, so they lie about their background, and they've forgotten about the reality of their background because they've started to like gaslight themselves into believing that the story is the truth. And it seems to be the common thread with your next partner, where it's like they forget where they come from. They forget the truth because they're so used to living the lie that the lie has become the truth. And it doesn't even feel like they're keeping secrets anymore because they're forgetting the truth. Does that make sense? So alright, my group one, I really now will close your reading here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for trusting me to be your reader. If you would like to book a reading with me, become one of my 18 plus patrons, or just follow me on social media, the links to do so are all down below. Alright, bye. Hello, my group 2, and welcome to your reading about your next partner's biggest secret. So today we will be using the First of Enchantment Tarot. Let's see, what is my group 2's next partner's? Oh, and your oracle deck, we will be using the Spellcaster's Oracle, or the Spellcasting Oracle. Psychic abilities at the bottom. Is that your next partner's biggest secret? My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. Oh, 2 cards. The King of Cups and the Two of Swords. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret. Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, interesting. That they've been married before, or that the person they consider their soulmate has died or has moved on in a way. Dead to them also comes to mind. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. 4 of Cups reversed. How interesting. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. 2 cards. Okay, I won't take these. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. 7 of Wands. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. And the 3 of Pentacles. No. Because I think that this is a secret about their sexuality. And we have the 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I think this is a secret about their sexuality. their sexual inclinations, their sexual proclivities, the things that they like. But with this card, the Two of Swords is a card of decisions. And in this card, you can see he's looking at himself. He's looking at his reflection. And with the King of Cups on the one side and the Queen of Cups reversed on the other side, I think that your next partner is keeping a secret about their sexuality. And this feels like a secret that they're keeping from themselves as well, about their bisexuality for some, or that they're not attracted to the gender they pursue. Maybe your partner, maybe this is a heterosexual relationship and your partner is coming to terms with the fact that they are not heterosexual in whatever way. Maybe they're bisexual, maybe they're realizing that they're homosexual, that they're gay, that they're lesbian. Whatever it is, your partner, your next partner, is coming to terms with that, or they are trying to bury it deep, because that's not the kind of person that they want to be. That's not the kind of life that they want to live. And so this is a secret that they are keeping from themselves. This is a secret that they are keeping from the people around them. This is a secret that they are keeping because they feel that they have no other choice but to keep the secret. I also think that for some of you, the secret that this next partner is keeping, it's in the same vein, but not sexuality. This time we're looking at gender, because look at how we have the King of Cups and then the Queen of Cups reversed, and it feels like this desire to be a different gender, to what's the word, to be perceived as a different gender, or to present themselves, that's what I'm looking for, to present themselves as a different gender, but they don't feel like it's safe to. They don't feel like they'll be accepted to, or they don't feel like this is a real desire. I saw this tweet yesterday where somebody was saying, or it was a screenshot, I think, of something, I don't remember, where somebody was like, I wish I what was it? I wish I had dysphoria. And so dysphoria is where there's this disconnect between a person and the gender that they are. I think that's the best way to describe it. But this person was like, I wish I had dysphoria so I could be transgender and I could be a girl. And somebody replied and was like, how does it make you feel that you're not a girl? And the original poster replied and said, it makes me sad. And so a lot of people don't realize that that is dysphoria, and a lot of people don't realize that that desire to be another gender is, it's dysphoria, and it's a sign that you're probably, or that you are trans. Do you know what I'm saying? And so this person, they look in the mirror and they look at themselves and they're like, I wish I didn't look like a man, or I wish I didn't look like a woman, or I wish that, or they'll say like, I'm not trans, but I wish that God could have made me be born a girl. Do you know what I'm saying? Those kind of things. And it very much feels like a secret that they're keeping from themselves as well. Not just a secret that they're keeping from you, not just like a secret that they're keeping from the people around them, but definitely a secret that they're keeping from themselves as well, because they are not ready to live in a world where to live in a world where things are different, where they are any different, because this is comfortable. Even this discomfort in who they are is comfortable because it's familiar, it's what they know, it's what they've always known. And so it's easier for them to look in the mirror and go, I wish I'd been born a girl, or I wish I'd been born a boy, instead of, and just shake it off, because everybody feels like that. Instead of admitting, oh, I think I'm trans, or admitting, oh, I think I'm bisexual or a homosexual. I like the word homosexual. I know a lot of people don't, but I like the word homosexual. Or just kind of admitting something to themselves that would change the way they are perceived, the way they are loved, the way they are accepted, the way they go about life in the world, the way they experience the world. So they are keeping the secret from themselves, even because it's safer. It's safer to be a guy who wishes he was a girl than to admit that you're a girl and just live your life like that. Even if you'll be happier, it's safer to do it this way, because at least you know this discomfort. It's the evil you know. It's the evil you know. It's the evil that your next partner knows. And so they'll keep the secret and keep the secret and keep the secret from you, from themselves, from everyone, because that's safer. It's easier. It's more comfortable. It's easier to navigate. It's something they understand. It's something they're familiar with. Instead of admitting, acknowledging. Because once you admit something, you're forced to change your life. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if they pretend that they don't know, then they can go about its willful ignorance. But once they actually say, oh, I'm actually this sexuality, I'm actually this gender, or I actually have these sexual proclivities, or I actually have these interests, now what? So it's better to just pretend. It's better to just ignore. It's better to just keep the secret from themselves, from everyone around them, and pretend it doesn't exist, so that they can live their life as normal. What do we have at the bottom? 4 of Cups reversed, 7 of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Yes, they're very much keeping the secret because they don't know how it's going to change the people around them. If you look at the 7 of Wands, so in the card, one of the other cards, I don't remember if it's the 5 of Wands or the 6 of Wands, we see these same dwarves all around him, all around this dragon, like, oh, so cute baby dragon, let's raise you, blah blah blah. But now he's grown and he's bigger than them, so now he poses a threat. And so that's what your next partner is very afraid of being seen as a threat by the people who love them, or the people who love them looking at them with shame and disgust, like, oh, you're this gender, I can't accept you, or you're this sexuality, I can't have you around my kids. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very scared of people no longer accepting them, very scared of people no longer loving them. So they bury and 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 bury, because it's safer. Because it's safer, because it's familiar, because it's what they know. And it's like, sure there'll be people who will love and accept them. Sure there'll be people who will be there for them. But they're like, what if the risk is not worth the reward? What if I'm not happier living my truth? What if this is better? What if I should live my life like this? What if I'm honest with I'm honest with myself, and now I lose everything? I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with my friends. I'm honest with my family. I'm honest with my group too. And I lose love, and I lose respect, and I lose kindness, and I lose everything. Would it be worth it? They're very scared about making a change or changing something about their life, and that change just not being worth it. Let's pull some oracle cards. Let's wait for Azan to finish. Alright, we're back. So let's pull your oracle cards. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please. Dreams. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret. Psychic abilities, again, coming out. My group 2's next partner's biggest secret, please. Happiness. Yeah. A song by the Fray just came to my head. Is it How to Save a Life? Where were you on the corner of... Is it How to Save a Life? Is it How to Save a Life? I think it's How to Save a Life. The Fray, I'm just gonna put the Fray, where were you, and hope that it comes up. The Fray, where were you? You found me. I found God on the corner of First and Armistead, where the West was all but one. all alone, smoking his last cigarette. I said, "Where you been?" He said, "Ask anything." Where were you when everything was falling apart? All my days were spent by the telephone that never rang, and all I needed was a call. Yeah, your next partner, there's this energy that your next partner, I don't think that X was a slip of the tongue, because I do think that this is someone who you have a brief relationship with. This isn't your forever person. But your next partner is someone who feels probably very abandoned by the divine, or by the universe, or by spirit, or by whatever shape or form they believe in God. And now I'm thinking of, is it Riddick? It's Riddick in the first one, Pitch Black, where they're having they're having this conversation about God, and they're asking him if he believes in God. Or maybe it's the second one, I don't remember. It's one of the Riddick movies. They're having this conversation about God, and he's like, "You don't wake up with an umbilical cord wrapped around your neck and this destruction happening to you and not believe in God." And he says, "I believe in God. I just don't like him very much." And that's this kind of energy that is around your next partner, because of the secret that they're keeping, because of the secret desire that they have. And they're like, why would I have this desire that could ostracize me from the rest of the world, that could ostracize me, more importantly, from my family? How could God, in all his greatness, do that to me? Why couldn't I just be normal? And they have these dreams, this desire to change who they are, to live their truth, but they don't want to, because they don't want to experience the change that would come with it. They don't want to experience the change that would come with being openly gay, or openly bisexual, or with transitioning, or with dressing in a certain way. They don't want the pain that would come with living their truth. And they know it would make them happier. They know it would make them happier. But I don't think that your next partner will think that it's worth it. Whatever happiness comes of it, they won't think that it's worth it. All right, my group 2, I'm going to close your reading here. Thank you so much for trusting me to be your reader and for spending this time with me. If you would like to book a reading with me, become one of my 18 plus patrons, or just follow me on social media, you can find the links to do so down below. All right, bye. My group 3. Oh, it's a burial time. Sorry, my group 3. Hello, my group 3, and welcome to your reading about your next partner's biggest secret. So today we will be using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and for your oracle we will be using the spell casting oracle. And do we have fertility at the bottom? We do. We have fertility at the bottom. So this may be a secret about your, and I mean, it's the Queen of Cups at the bottom as well. So this may be a secret about your next partner's fertility. Maybe a fertility journey they went on in the past. Maybe they were a surrogate in the past. Let's see, my group 3's next partner's biggest secret. King of Cups. The King of Cups was the first card for group 2 as well. My group 3's next partner's biggest secret. The Fool. The Fool. My group 3's next partner's biggest secret. Page of Cups reversed. I definitely think this has something to do with a child. I definitely think this has something to do with a child. Or with pregnancy, childbirth in some way. My group 3's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. The Seven of Pentacles. My groupie's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. King of Swords. My groupie's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. The Star reversed. Yeah, this definitely feels like some fertility issues. And we have the Three of Swords reversed at the bottom. Or that they may have a child with someone. It feels like they may have in the past had a child with someone, maybe when they were very young. And this child or this person and your next partner mutually decided to place this child for adoption, to give this child to somebody who could better raise this child, because maybe they were teenagers. And now your next partner, because they've closed that door on their life, they don't tell anyone about this. They don't tell anyone about, this child that I gave away. I hate to say gave away, but that's what it kind of feels like. This child that they gave away, that they had to place for adoption because they knew it would be the better option. But it makes your next partner, feel as if, I don't know, they feel guilty about it. They feel guilty about it because maybe they were coerced in some way, because maybe the adults in their life were like, you guys are too young, you can't do this, you're not ready, you're not prepared for this, you won't be good parents, you won't be fit parents, you know what this child needs, you know what this child deserves, put the child for adoption. We can find a great family for this child, place them for adoption. I'm so sorry about the noise in the background. And so, they were like, but we want this child, we want to raise this child, we want to have this family. But because of what everybody was telling them, they had to sit and they had to really face the truth and be like, maybe everyone is right, maybe this will be the better option, maybe we should place the child for adoption. And since they've placed the child for adoption, they have decided that it would be best to just close that door on their life, and they don't tell anyone about this honestly very traumatizing experience that they went through with another person. And they may still be in contact with the mother of this child, or the parent that they had this child with, this ex of theirs. And you may not understand why they are so close. You may not understand why your next partner kind of needs to hold on to this ex of theirs, and you're like, this is weird and it makes me uncomfortable. And like, people usually aren't so close with their exes, and you just don't understand why they have this unbreakable bond. And it's because they went through this really harrowing experience, this experience that really traumatized them, this experience that honestly not a lot of people are going to go through. And for some of them, it may have been a miscarriage. It's definitely feeling like a loss of a child. It may have been a miscarriage. It may have been an abortion that they both wanted, but that maybe the facilities weren't that great, or they had to really sneak around and get this abortion, and so it wasn't the best quality abortion, or it was like in some kind of really sketchy kind of thing. It just feels like something around a child and the loss of a child. And whether it was something like, oh, we wanted the abortion, but it still turned out really bad, not because of the abortion itself, but just because of the procedure around it being very traumatizing. Like maybe the surgery was traumatizing, maybe they couldn't afford to get it done, or maybe in their state it wasn't legal, and so they had to do a lot of things, and so it's not something they can really tell people, like, oh, we had to get it at some random lady's house, and I had like, or me or my ex had like a bad infection, and now I can't have children because of that. Or we were pregnant and we wanted to raise this child, but everybody was telling us, no, we shouldn't, we should just give it up for adoption, and so we gave it up for adoption, but now we really regret it. Or we had this child and this child died, like sudden infant death syndrome. Or I looked away for a second and my child got knocked. Do you know what I'm saying? Something very, very traumatizing surrounding the death of or the loss of a child. And I just feel like with the way I was getting so like distracted at the beginning of your reading, it very much feels like that last one is coming through. Oh, I just looked away for a second and my child ate something they're deathly allergic to and they died. Or I just went to the neighbor to get sugar. I came back and my child electrocuted themselves. I'm so sorry. It's really graphic. It's really graphic. I will try and I will remember. I will remember to put a trigger warning at the beginning of your group. But yeah, it just feels like your next partner is keeping the secret about the loss of or the death of a child, their child, but also it may have been like something they were involved in, like maybe they were driving, and again that distraction is coming through, like they were driving and they just maybe they kept their eyes closed for too long because they were tired, or they were texting while driving or something, or just something happened while they were driving. They were distracted while driving and they crashed into someone, and that led to the death of a child, either a child in their car or a child across, like in the car that they crashed into. It's very graphic. I'm really sorry, but that's just what it feels like, that they're keeping the secret about the loss of or the death of a child. And I mean, like, you understand why, right? Like I feel like it's like I guess it's not something that you really share with people, especially if you and your next partner, well, because it is an ex-partner, so it's a new relationship, so it may take some time, because we also have the star reverse, and the star reverse is showing us eventual good things coming, eventual blessings, eventual good things happening. But the star reverse, yeah, it's like your next partner is keeping the secret from you because they don't know how it's going to affect you. They don't know if it will change how you look at them, because honestly you might look at them with a lot of disgust after finding out, like, you were drinking and driving, you were texting and driving, really? But for some of you, I feel like you'd really understand. They even, I feel like for some of them it's irrational. Like, let's say they had to give their child up for adoption, they had to place their child for adoption, they had to place their child up for adoption, and it wasn't something they wanted to do. And because it's not something that they wanted to do, they don't see it in a good light. So they imagine that other people won't see it in a good light. And they feel like if they tell you, you'll just look at them like, how could you? That's your child. You should have looked after that child. Or even if they had an abortion, and like I said, they may be very pro-choice and up for, and very glad that they got the abortion. They're just not glad about what happened afterwards to their body, or what happened during the process, and they wonder if they'll tell you and you'll say, that's disgusting, that's a shame. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know how you would react to what they tell you about the loss of this child, or their fertility issues, the inability to have a child, whatever it is. They don't know how you would react, and so they fear telling you that if it would just change how you look at them, and they don't know if they could deal with you with seeing that change in how you look at them, because it may have happened before. They may have told people in the past, like, I really didn't want to, but I had to place my child for adoption, and and people may have looked at them like, you're not fit to be a parent. If you couldn't fight for your child, you don't deserve any children in the future. You're not fit to look after children. You're not fit to be a parent. Oh, you got an abortion and now you can't have kids because of complications. Well, you deserve it for having an abortion. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how people may have treated them in the past. That's what people may have said to them in the past, and they just don't want to hear it anymore. They cannot bear telling you and seeing that from you as well. And it's like, you of all people, that's what I'm getting. It's like they really like you and they trust you and they love you, or they're beginning to feel as if they're falling in love with you, and they want to confide in you. But they feel like, if my group 3 of all people finds out my truth and looks at me with disgust or disdain, I would never be able to come back from that. I would feel absolutely unworthy of love after that. Let's see. My group 3's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. Happiness. This was the last card for group 2. My group 3's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. Boundaries. My group 3's next partners. I'm thinking of is it from Perks of Being a Wallflower? You know, I never watched the movie, but I've read the book like 3 times. I love that book. But I'm pretty sure there's a scene where the main character, I don't remember his name, the main character and his sister, or he takes his sister, or he goes with his sister for her to get an abortion. And I feel like it's something like that. It may even be the circumstances around the abortion, like why your next partner had to get it. Like maybe it was with an older person, maybe it was with an authority figure. It was just something really upsetting to them, and that's why they keep the secret, because it's not something they can share. Because yeah, it's one thing to say, yeah, I had an abortion, but that also usually comes with other things. Like people will ask questions like, oh, like why, how was the father involved, blah 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 blah. And so they prefer to keep the secret because they prefer to not answer all those questions. My group 3's next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. His next partner's biggest secret, please, Spirit. Forgiveness. And you know, every time I see this card, or every time I pull this card, that Hamilton song comes to mind. Forgiveness. They're going through the unimaginable. From after Hamilton and Eliza's son is killed. Their loss of a child. From after their son is killed and they forgive each other, or she forgives him rather, because he cheated on her. So that's just how it feels. It may be like, it may even be like your next partner's ex, how do I say this, like hurt their child very badly, or did something that ended up in them losing their child, and they have since come to forgive this person and move on from this situation with this person, and that's why they're still so close to this ex of theirs, because of what they've gone through together. And so it's not something that they can explain. How do you explain to the person that you just started dating, like, yeah, my ex was driving and he crashed and our child died, or our child is in a coma, or our child is brain dead, or our child is permanently disabled because of this, and we're still friends, you know, or yeah, we're still friends, I forgave him. Like, it's a lot to put on someone. And they may have found out in the past, like they may have, in the past, they may have thought it was easier to just rip the band-aid off and say, like, yeah, I've lost a child in the past and I don't intend to have children anymore, and just see where it goes from there, and like just accept it if people don't want to have anything else to do with them. But it's like it's drained them, you know. You tell people the truth so many times, and every time you tell someone the truth, they get like, oh, that's too much for me to handle, I don't think we should see each other anymore. And it's tiresome, and it's painful, and they're lonely, and they're like anybody else. They want to be loved. And I'm thinking of that Smith song, I am human and I want to be loved just like anybody else does. They're human, they want to be loved, and they feel like for once they don't want to go into this relationship with all of their baggage just on display. For once, they just want to keep the secret and have something for themselves, which is this relationship with you, this sweet relationship with you, something that's not mired down by pain and loss and tragedy, something that's easy, something that's simple, something that is sweet, something that's joyous, something that is a breath of fresh air. For once, they don't want to just put all this out there and say, here's my heart. What's that quote? You can have my, what is it? You can have my heart, or if have my heart if you have the courage to take it. No, I'll find it and I'll put it in the thing. But it's a nice quote. You can have my. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go look for it. Something like, you can have my heart if you have the courage to. There. You know, this happens it happens so often in so many videos where I'll remember a quote, and then I have to go through my Tumblr. I have to go through my words tag on Tumblr, because I know that I'll have reblogged it. So yeah. Anyway, you can have my heart if you have the stomach to take it. And now I completely cannot remember what I was even talking about or why I was looking for it. Yeah, it's like, I guess it's best to say that they are so tired of looking for someone to accept them as they are, to accept them for what they've done, to accept them with their baggage and their tragedy and their pain, and they're searching and they're not finding it, that when they meet you and when they go into this relationship with you, they're like, maybe for once I don't have to share that part of me. Maybe for once I can just have this relationship as it is. I've been searching so long for something that feels so out of reach, and I just want to be loved and I just want to have companionship. So maybe for once, let me just have it. It's not a crime to have it. Like, yes, it's. I feel like, I don't even need to really, I feel like I don't need to justify their actions, because I think for them, they just want to, for once, be someone who isn't, like I said, mired down by all this heartache and tragedy that they've experienced in the past. And that's why they keep the secret from you, because they just want to experience like an innocent happiness for once. Maybe with you, they don't see this relationship lasting very long or going very far. And to them, that's fine. And they just want to have something like that that's not so serious, because everything in their life feels so, so serious. So, my group three, thank you so much for spending this time with me and for trusting me to be your reader. If you would like to book a reading with me, become one of my 18 plus patrons, or just follow me on social media, you can find the links to do so down below. Alright, bye.